Hey guys, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek. Just getting ready to do our next episode. You see, that'll be 4, 5? I don't know, I'm losing track now. So let's see, 4. This should be episode 4 of our playthrough of Eldritch Horror using the Forsaken Lore expansion. And we're gonna dive right in. I just want to keep plowing ahead. I'm actually having a really good time playing the game. So please join me, and thank you for coming to watch, and I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. So again, as always, if you catch something that I may have missed or did something wrong, I am kind of plowing through back to back, so I hope I can make the corrections, but please, at the very least, let me know about a correction that needs to be made so I can note it for others that are playing the game. So let's get started. So we're going to pull out Lily Chen. She's going to be our lead investigator for this turn. Lily managed to do a really good thing last turn, and she got one of the 2 Eldritch tokens that we needed on our mystery to solve the first of our 3 mysteries. That was really effective. But what is she going to do now? That is a great question. So I think she might just pop up to Istanbul. It's a train ride away. She doesn't need any special tokens. And when she gets there, I'm debating on whether or not she might just rest. Because she is down a little bit. She's got 5 sanity out of 6. Well, she's only down 1 each. No, she's down 2 health. But then she's going to have an encounter in the city as well. So let's go up to the board and take a look. Okay, well there she is. Now, as you know, every character gets 2 actions during this phase. Or if you don't know, they get 2 actions. So she is here on the city space. There's a lot of things we could do. But I do believe she could go back to Shanghai and try and get an improvement there. But I think what we're going to do, improving her lore is not the best thing for her. She's not like Miss Spellcaster or anything. I think what she's going to do, though, is head to Istanbul. That'll be one of her actions. And for her second action, she's going to make an asset test. She's got 2, she can roll 2 dice, and there's a couple things that are worth 2 or 1. And she can also take a debt condition if we need to. I don't really want her to. Oh, actually, should I do that? Well, she could also use her research student to try and see if we can get another clue. There aren't any on the board. Well, there's 1 on the board right now. It is way over on Space 19 up in the far right-hand corner. She could do that, or that might be... Let's do that instead. She's going to do that instead of trying to gain some assets, even though, God, that cigarette case would be good. No, she's going to try and gain some assets. That is more important right now. We need stuff. Okay, so she's going to get 2 dice to roll, and she does get to re-roll 1 of them if she fails for the round because of her lucky rabbit's foot. Let's see what she can do here. She failed. So will she use her lucky rabbit's foot, or will she just not worry about it? A 1's not going to do her any good, but she could take a debt condition and get one of the items she wants anyway without having to succeed. Let's go take a look at that. Now, when I say taking a debt condition, what I'm really saying is she can take a bank loan. It says when performing an acquire assets action, you may gain a debt condition to immediately add 2 successes to your results. So she could, at that point, get the fishing net or this trinket, this one. It says once per round you may add 1 to the result of a die roll when resolving a test. That's any test. That's pretty good. She also has this one. You may re-roll 1 die resolving a combat test or a strength test during a combat encounter, and you may reduce the damage of monsters by 1. This might be more effective. I think we're going to take that. And so that means we do have to go into the conditions deck and start pulling from the back, looking for a debt condition. Here's one. Debt condition says we can take a local action, try and get rid of it, and if a comet comes up in the Mythos phase, we're going to have to see what happens with that debt. But anyway, that'll help her with her encounter in Istanbul. So that's going to end her action phase. Charlie's still doing pretty darn well for himself here. He's got his personal assistant, his fine clothes. He's blessed. He's got a bonus to his observation skill. And he's still there in San Francisco, where his first action will, of course, be to attempt to gain assets. So that, he has a 4 in his influence plus 1 for his ally, plus he gets a reroll. In addition to that, he's got fine clothes, so if he rolls a 6, then it gives him the equivalent of 2 successes. And he's also got his boon. Now, there's nothing that's horribly expensive. Everything's like 1 or 2 out there, so he doesn't need that much. But his boon, being blessed, allows him to succeed in a 4, 5, or 6. So let's go to the dice roller and see what he can do. Okay, let's see what he gets done here with his ability to acquire some assets. Okay, alright, he got 1 success so far. Let's at least get 2. Of course not. Okay, so he got 1 success. All of that cool stuff he's got, and he manages 1 success. Let's go take a look, because there are some things out there that are worth taking. Okay, so we have the bandages and the cat burglar. Let's see what the cat burglar does. That one came out after Lily Chen took the fishing net. It says, cat burglar, action, roll 1 die. On a 5 or 6, gain 1 item or trinket asset from the reserve as an action. Well, you know what? I think he's going to take this, and he's going to keep it, because that's another thing to help him get assets. And what will be replaced? Ooh, finally a big one. A 3 cost carbine rifle. Maybe he can get that next turn. Anyway, that was one of his actions. So for his next action, I believe that he is actually going to, well, he could use his cat burglar, but let's see what he's got. He's got 6 of 8 sanity and completely full on health. Let's do that. Let's go do his cat burglar. So the only thing he has to do is void rolling 1. If he rolls a 5 or 6, he gets to take a 1 item or trinket asset from the reserve, and that would be good. So let's give it a go. Now, by the way, he can only give them away when he performs a acquire assets action. So he won't be able to give whatever it is he gets. He won't be able to give it away. Okay, let's roll the 1 die for his cat burglar and see what happens. A 4, he doesn't get anything, so nothing happens, and that was the end of his actions. It's going to be the end of Charlie Kane's action phase. Oh my, Diana Stanley, she's not in the best of worlds here, is she? She's walking around with a dark pact, and she's got amnesia. Poor thing. And on top of that, I think she's going to go down and try and do this one down here again. So for her first action, she's going to move out of the Amazon back to Buenos Aires. And then from there, she's going to perform a rest action. Now, when you perform a rest action, she can try and get rid of her madness. So not only is she going to get the rest action, but she's also going to get to roll a die, and on a 5 or 6, she's going to get to discard the amnesia card. Okay, let's see what she rolls here. She just needs to roll a 5 or 6. She rolled a 5, so she got rid of the amnesia card. She needs to roll 5 or 6. And she's also going to get to recover 1 health and 1 sanity, which she desperately needed. So that's a good thing. Okay, well, you can see she was down 1 on her health, so that gets her back up to normal, and up 1, so she's only down 1 now on her sanity. That's pretty good. She still has a dark pact, of course, but she was able to accomplish getting rid of the amnesia. So that's going to end her action phase. Now we're going to go on to Trish Scarborough. Well, Trish is doing pretty well. She's in Rome. I'm trying to debate on whether I think she's going to start heading toward the big bad creature up there and see if she can take it down. She's got the ability to do it. But let's go up to her and take a look. You know, she can make a pretty bold move here. So, you know, she gets to move 1 on her own, but she's also got 2 travel tickets. She can get almost all the way there in 1 turn. But she might just want to stop in Arkham, because she has a better chance of getting something in Arkham. So let's go up to her. Okay, we're looking at her right now. So she's here. She's going to move to London, spend her boat ticket to continue on to Arkham. And I believe that's where she's going to rest. That's where she's going to stop. And then the next turn she'll use her train ticket and her move action to get up to the bad guy there. And then while she's there, she'll take her second action, which will be to do a... she's going to attempt to acquire assets. She's very healthy, but if she managed to acquire some assets, she's going to get to roll 4 dice, and again she's blessed. So if she gets to acquire a decent item, it'll help her against the fight against the Windwalker when we get her up there. So all the best plans, of course. You know, you never know what's going to happen. But let's see. She is blessed, so she needs a 4, 5, or 6. Let's roll the dice and see if she can get a good asset. Hopefully she gets a 3 and is able to get that big carbine rifle. Oh my God, look at that. She did it. She actually got a 4. She's going to get some good stuff. So let's go back to the asset board and take a look at that. She's got 4. Okay, so I kind of know what she's going to do here. Obviously, she's taking this. That's just too good to pass up. Look at the weapon load she's got now. Okay, and I believe then she'll take the bandages too, so she can discard this to prevent any an investigator on her space from taking 2 health. That will help her tremendously. And she is going to stay there and have her encounter in Arkham now. But man, she has got some great stuff. It is awesome. So, but let's first, we're going to, oh look, a Vatican missionary comes up as an ally. And a conspiracy theorist ally comes up. So, a couple allies after she took the items off the board. Now that is going to end her action phase. So now we're going to move on to our last character for the action. Oh, she is the last character actually. Lily Chen was the first. So now we're going to get into our encounter phase, starting with Lily Chen. Okay, Lily Chen's encounter phase. She's in Istanbul. So she's got a whole bunch of things going on here. Don't forget she's got that deck condition, but she's got her fishing net. Let's draw a card from the red deck, which will give her an Istanbul encounter, and see what it says. Okay, so here's Istanbul. It says, you find a crude carving of a worm-like creature in a nearby cave. The image seems familiar. Uh-oh, lore test of 2. If you pass, her lore's 2, you identify it as Shudemel. Gain 1 clue. If you fail, the disturbing image haunts your thoughts. Lose 1 sanity and gain a paranoia condition. Okay, so she's got a 2 lore. Let's see what she can do with that. Okay, now keep in mind that when she does make that lore test, she can use her rabbit's foot if this is the only time she wants to use it this turn. Anyway, let's roll her 2 dice and see if she can get a success. She rolled 2 ones. She couldn't have done any worse. Of course, Lily, you do good and then bad, good and then bad. So, but we're going to re-roll from her, not her protective amulet, but her lucky rabbit's foot is going to allow her for a re-roll. So it's going to be a 1 re-roll. A 5. Because remember last time I could have re-rolled, but I didn't bother. I just chose to take a debt condition. But she did succeed as a result, and that's going to give her a clue token. So I took a random clue token and put it on her sheet, and that is going to end her encounter. Okay, so here's Charlie Kane. He is still in San Francisco, where he's going to have a city encounter there. So let's draw his card and see what happens to him while he is still adventuring in San Francisco. He hasn't left. Okay, a private investigator prepares you to help him on a case. Improve your observation. That's awesome. He's looking for a strangely shaped skull that's gone missing after being recovered from a fire. Your investigation reveals Atlantean symbols, including the one for resurrection. Test lore -1. If you fail, you do not notice a symbol for curse. Gain a curse condition. Hopefully he does that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to flip over this to a +2 on his observation. Then we're going to go to the dice roller where we get to roll 1 dice because his lore is only 2, and hopefully he succeeds. Now he does have something going for him here, so he gets to succeed on a 4, 5, or 6. So let's see if he can. A 4. He does. He succeeds. So he did not pick up the cursed item, and he got a bonus 2. He got to improve his observation, which is now 5. That's pretty awesome. And that's going to end his encounter phase. Okay, here we are with Diana Stanley. Now she is in Buenos Aires. Shoop. Let me see if I can get them all. Yeah, there we go. She's in Buenos Aires right here, where she's going to try and get the second Eldritch token to complete our mystery. Now remember, we're going to have to make a observation check. Now she's got a 3, so it's not too bad. I mean, she has a good chance of doing it. So let's or a decent chance. Anyway, let's go to the dice roller and see if we can make her succeed or get her to succeed at this. She did fail last time. Okay, so you can see our mystery right up here. We already got one of the 2 Eldritch tokens we need on it. So she's going to get to roll 2 dice because 3 -1. So she's got a chance. She needs to roll 5 or 6 to succeed. Let's see if she can do it. Okay, guys, here's our dice roll. Oh, good God, she got a 6. Whew. Now, this is awesome. She has 2 clues, so she is going to spend both of the clues, and that will recover the second of 2 Eldritch tokens that are required. So just to read the whole card again so you understand it. It says, when this card enters play, place the number of Eldritch tokens equal to half the investigators. We have 4, so there's 2. As an encounter, an investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token may attempt to discover the meaning behind the strange symbol. So we did that. at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half the investigators, which there were, solve this mystery. So we have succeeded at the end of the Mythos phase. We will have solved this mystery. So we're just going to have to sit tight and wait, but Diana was successful. Okay guys, so here we are. Now, I want to tell you, I did catch a mistake I've been making. And that is, when she was using her automatic rifles, I couldn't actually use this. It's the same ability. You don't add them together. You're supposed to take the best one. However, she still could have got the reroll. But anyway, regardless of that, she's got the carbine rifle now, so I think she needs to get to a space with another player and give them the automatic 45 automatics, because the rifle gives her a 5. But anyway, she is basically in the city of Arkham, where she's going to have an encounter there. So we're going to draw a card for her and see what her encounter in Arkham is. Should be fun. Okay, here's the card. Let's see what it says here. A fortune teller in Independence Square warns you of dire events. You try to interpret her words. Make a lore test. Of course, that's her worst skill. If you pass, you discern that you ultimately survive. Gain a blessed condition. Okay, she already has one. If you fail, you fear you gain a paranoid condition. So this is probably not the best card she could have gotten. But if she does gain another blessed condition, we flip the blessed card. I don't know what that does. We'll have to see. Let's see if she succeeds first. She's going to have to roll a 4, 5, or 6 on one die. Okay, let's see if she can do it. She did. She rolled a 4. Okay, let's go back and see what happens now. This is a mystery to me as it is to you. Okay, so we're going to take her blessed card, and it says here, if you would gain another blessed condition, flip this card instead. Here we go. What happens? Light of Cathanid. Okay. Cathanid. Let's see. In your moment of need, the light of Thanid shines down upon you, filling your heart with courage and hope. Retreat the doom by 1 and then flip this card. Woohoo! That is awesome! So, you know that we did have the doom track go down 1 last turn. So, basically what's going to happen is this is going to go back up to 10 as if we never lost it. Or, you didn't see it there, I think, but anyway, it's back up at 10. That is going to end her encounter phase, and end all the encounter phase. We'll be going on to the Mythos phase next. Okay, well, here we go. Man, I always dread this part. It's always scary. Anyway, here's our Mythos card. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to move the Doom track. That's okay. That's not going to hurt us. We don't have a gate on the board. Though we do have a comet come out, so all the comet effects are going to come into play, and we're going to pull at a gate. And the text on this says, he writes the price on a piece of paper and slides it across the table. It's more than you can afford, but you don't have any other options, and this greedy lout knows it. Everyone has a price. So when we resolve the last bit there, it says each investigator may gain a debt condition to discard 1 condition. That might be good for our friend, Diana Stanley, who can get rid of the Dark Pact for a regular debt condition. It might be better, even though the Dark Pact doesn't trigger that easily. We'll see. So, but anyway, first, let's go move our Omen track. Okay, here's our Omen track. It's going to move up 1 to here. That actually has no effect. There's only 1 gate on the table right now, and it doesn't have that symbol on it. But then next, we're going to start resolving wonderful comet effects. Woohoo! Okay, let's get going. This is going to take a little bit of effort. Okay, the first of these is our Windwalker card. When there's a comet effect, we lose one of the other tokens on it. So one of the Eldritch tokens goes away on that, and that's going to resolve that. The next one we're going to do, I'm looking at the monsters, let's do the Zombie Horde next. So the Zombie Horde down in Sydney has a comet effect. It says, roll 1 die on a 1 or 2, advance the Doom track by 1. Okay, so we're going to go do that. Man, we got to get rid of that Zombie Horde somehow. But we rolled a 3, so nothing happened. Woohoo! Okay, that's good. Now let's go to Yig's card. It says spawn 1 cultist monster on the active expedition space, so that's at the pyramids. Then, if there are 2 or more monsters on that space, advance the Doom track. There are not, and there are actually there is a cult. No, there are no cultists on the board right now. So we're going to take one of the cultists. Boom, and they too, so basically we're going to take the cultist and put it on the pyramids where it will reside, and now we have to start doing the conditions that the players have gathered. Since most of these are going to result in a die roll, I'm just going to keep it on the dice roller. So first I'm going to start with Charlie Kane's, just do it in order, it doesn't matter who does it first. His blessed condition, now remember if he rolls a 1 or a 2, he loses this card. He lost, okay, so he lost his blessed condition. That bites. We didn't get very much use out of that because his rolls were so poor, but we did put the blessed condition back in the deck. And it's kind of sad. Anyway, let's move on to Diana Stanley. We have a few things I think to do with her. No, just one. Okay, so here's Diana Stanley's Dark Pact. On this one we're going to roll, if we roll a 1, we're going to fulfill the bargain. So let's pick this dice up and roll again. Hopefully we don't roll a 1. We didn't roll a 6, so nothing happens. I may not take advantage of the ability on this event. It might not work out in our favor to do that. But let's go on next. We have one condition with Trish Scarborough, and that's her blessed condition. So if she rolls a 1 or 2, then we discard this card. She rolled a 6. She gets to keep it. That's awesome because she's got a big fight next turn. And then last but not least, we have Lily Chen. She does have a debt condition. So this automatically gets flipped. Bagman. Okay, here's what happens with her. Okay. It says a man surprises you in your hotel room and presses you for information. You fear that if you do not tell him what he wants to know, you'll never be heard from again. You may spend 1 clue token. If you do not spend a clue token, move to a random space and become delayed. She has a clue token, and she's in no place to do anything special with it. She spends it. Okay, and then it says discard this card. So she got rid of her debt condition. It cost her a clue to do it, but at least it's no longer there. Okay, that ends all of the comet effects that we have in play right now. Next up, we have to do the gate. Okay, here's our gate spawn. It is going to be in Arkham. Okay. What? Didn't we just have one? Oh, that was in Rome. She actually moved from Rome over to Arkham, and the gate followed her, I guess. So why did I say that? Because the last person to close the gate, the only person to close the gate, was Trish, and now she has a gate there as well. So we're going to get a monster out of the dreaded SpongeBob Monster Cup. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, okay. We got a regular old cultist. Not too bad. Easy to defeat. We'll take him down, no problem. So there's a cultist there, and that ends the gate phase. Now, there's a couple more things that still happen, but there's this thing that says each investigator may gain a debt condition to discard a condition. I think Diana Stanley's okay with her Dark Pact. It's very hard to activate. I think she's just going to keep it, and nobody else has a condition worthy of getting rid of it. So that is going to end that. Now, the next thing we do is we get to, well, to make things simple, we are going to move the lead investigator back to Charlie Kane, but we completed the first of our 3 mysteries. So this one is done, and now we're going to draw the next mystery of 3 and see what we have to do. Descendants of Yig. Okay, let's get this up here. It says, should any human ever incur the wrath of Yig, the father of serpents will claim that person's child and transform the infant into a terrible snake-like creature, horrible to look upon and seemingly immortal. When this card enters play, spawn the Children of Yig epic monster on a random space. At the end of the Mythos phase, if the Children of Yig epic monster has been defeated, solve this mystery. Well, so the condition is easy, we just have to beat it. Let's take a look at this creature and see how nasty it is. So 3 epic monsters on the board. Okay, here's the Children of Yig. Now, she doesn't have a comet symbol or anything on her. That's a good sign. But here they are. Let's see what it says. If you fail a observation test, move this epic monster to a random space without resolving the combat. So basically, she's hard to find. She's got +2, or he, she, the children have +2 toughness per investigator. So there's going to be 8. They're not bad. See, they don't even have a horror check, just the observation check with no sanity lost. they're not that bad. I mean, they're kind of hard to hit, but they're not terrible. So let's see where it's going to be. I'm going to pull up a random. Oops, dropped. I'm going to drop a random clue token. Let's see where this pops up. Apparently, it's going to pop up in Arkham, along with the cultists and the gate. Wow. So maybe it's fated that that Trish does not move this turn and stays there and battles the children. Her observation is particularly poor. I don't know if she can do it. She may have to leave them there and have the king of observation. Yeah, she can actually. Well, we'll see how this goes. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, it might be time for Charlie to meet one of his angels and trade some items about, and maybe Charlie can take on the children while she takes on the big bad beastie up north. Anyway, that's going to end our session. That'll be turn 4. I think this is the end of turn 4. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. It's been a lot of fun for me. Getting a little late. I'm getting tired. Been filming for a while now. These turns are taking a long time because I'm trying to be a little careful. Even though I did make a mistake with the whip, I think we got that worked out. I'm not going to bother fixing it. It really probably didn't have much of an impact, but since I wasn't rolling all that great in combat. Anyway, we're going to continue on, and we'll see you next time. So thanks for watching.